Peace. My name is Afroo Oonoo on that Nupu, and I am using the Mini Blue Tarot deck. You already know. And my question for today is Nupu.org, Petty Ray Ray. I'm not sure how to say his name, but he goes under Nupu.org on his YouTube. Is he telling his listening audience the truth? Is he bringing the facts? Is Nupu.org telling the truth? Nupu.org telling the truth. You can visit Find9 News, find9news.com. Is Nupu.org telling the truth on his YouTube page? Is Nupu.org telling the truth? Is Nupu.org telling the truth? We're going to do a 3-card spread. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Is Nupu.org telling the truth? First card is in reverse, the Universe Bladder card. The second card is the Black Sky card, Space card. And the third card is the African Moon Kingdom card. This is the first card. The Universe Bladder card was in reverse. Let's see what it says. The Universe Bladder card, water powers, storage powers, waste, release, expansion, messenger, protector, barrier, and reverse, uncontrollable growth, infection, inflammation, burning mentally, spiritually, and physically, bloody bacteria. In the background, this card has animals. And then in reverse, uncontrollable growth, infection, inflammation, burning mentally. Nupu.org is burning mentally in the negative. That's why this card is in reverse. He's telling lies constantly. You can burn in the bottom half and be mentally dead as well. He's mentally dead and he's burning mentally, attempting to persuade people to, number one, listen to him because he wants to be a baby Dr. York, and also pretend that the books were written by Dwight York, Bible interpretations, and the 9-ball count, especially those books. He's giving credit to a man who was in prison at the time of the writings of the Bible interpretation and explanations. So he's mentally burning, and the growth is uncontrollable. It's a negative growth because he's a Negro. That's what this is. He's burning mentally, and it's an uncontrollable growth. He cannot help but to lie. He's trying to keep Dwight David York relevant, and he's trying to keep an audience. And he's also, I have to put this in there, being very negative and disrespectful when it comes to the name he chose, which is Nupu.org. Nupu Has nothing to do with organizations. Nothing whatsoever. And him attaching that to Nupu's name is very disrespectful. Yeah, that's really horrible. So yeah, this is what the universe bladder card means. And he has to be let go. He has to be released and let go of, because he's no help to no one. He's a waste. That's another thing. Yeah, he's wasteful and wasting people's times with lies. Okay, universe bladder card in reverse. Okay, this is the black sky card. I never got this card before. Let me see what I get from it. And this was also in reverse. Represent vacuum, father, germination, darkness, wetness, hider of matter, perfection, magical magnetic suction, impregnator of matter, does not variate or deviate, blackness for all, perfection of all, colors combined. This is also an all card. When it appears, there's a perfection of good, bad, ugly, depending on how it's drawn. It has no reverse. Well, Nupu.org is very bad and ugly on the strength of him telling constant lies. Him sitting over there pretending that Dwight York is the mental resurrector. That's bad. There's nothing good about telling that lie. Dwight David York is in prison. He's not even mentally resurrecting himself. Yeah, this is a vicious card. A perfection of bad and ugly. That's what Nupu.org is. Yeah, he's a perfection of negativity, bad, and ugly. That's what he is in a nutshell. In the reverse. In the reverse. This card here, the African Noon Kingdom card. This was upright. Let's see what it says here. This will be home only to all African kinky-haired people after the 2025 cataclysm. All other races will be able to visit with Kingdom Guard chaperone for a limited time and must be escorted off the motherland until a later time. And the reverse means you may not be allowed to visit, or you may break laws that will not allow you to return. He's broken laws, and he's not going to be allowed to return to Africa. He's not. He's going against sound right reason, and he's aware of it. He has the nature books. He's being irresponsible. He's being deceptive. He's lying constantly. And those are all negatives. The Nuwapian cult has been warned already. And that warning came from Ripu. So y'all playing with the right one. Y'all messing up the nature books, distorting them, telling lies, rewriting them, saying y'all updating. Y'all not updating. Y'all remixing. That's another thing Zupu.org said. I call him Zupu.org because that's just what he is. He's Zupu'd out. Anyway, I'm going to use my homemade cards real quick to cap it off. All right. Is Zupu.org telling the truth on his YouTube to his listening audience? Is he being truthful? Is he bringing the facts? Is he bringing the facts? here real quick. Okay, keep those there. We're going to do another 3 card. Let's see what I get. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, so we have the Universe Bladder card in reverse, the Black Sky card, the Space card in reverse, and the African Known Kingdom card upright. Okay, let's see what happens here. Solving problems. Zupu.org always talks about their ways and starts his videos off with a prayer and saying what they need to do as a whole. As a whole, he is not solving anyone's problems. He's being misleading and he's miseducating the people that listen to him. He wants to be a baby Dr. York. He is not a problem solver. None whatsoever. He couldn't even get his encyclopedia off the ground. So he's solving no problems at all. Nupu helps you solve problems when you go deep and you reason and get inside of your head to see what needs to be filtered out, see what needs to be kept, and move on. Nupu helps you solve your problems. Zupu.org is incapable. He's giving credit to a sex offender for being the mental resurrector. Are you kidding me? Anyway, what's the next card? One-sidedness. That's definitely him. He only sees one side, and that's the side that he believes in. You can bring the facts. You can go over there on his page and make a comment. He wants to make you seem like you're a problem or you're debating. I don't debate. I never was a debator, and I never had a debate with him. He's also a liar. He's another Earl Dinkins. He's a liar. Yeah, he's one-sided. He only sees one side of the situation when it comes to Afroo Oonoo and Dwight David York, and who's the real author of the 9 ball counts and the Bible interpretations. He's one-sided when it comes to that. He refuses to do any type of research to see what's being said and what has already been proven. So he's a one-sided Negro. Negro means negative growth, and negative growth was also in this card. So yes, he's one-sided. Alrighty, what's going on here? Neptune. This is Neptune, and I really have to take a look-see and see what Neptune represents before I can build on this. But this is Neptune, also known as Neptune. 1 second, hold on. Okay, I'm going to go to the first thing that I found, and I'm going to read it. In astrology, Neptune is associated with spirituality, intuition, compassion, and psychic abilities. It's also said to govern dreams, the subconscious, illusions, and fantasies. Neptune is connected with the third eye chakra, which symbolizes awareness. Okay, this does not apply to Zupu.org. I'm going to see what I can find out on a negative tip about Neptune. Okay, let's see what I can find out real quick, because none of this. Okay, he's illusional. He's in a fantasy world as well. If he believes Dwight York wrote anything about, if Dwight York penned the BIAE or the 9 ball counts, he is definitely in fantasy land. But let me see what else I can find real quick. More negative manifestations of Neptune include deception, mockery, deceit, guilt, and addiction associated with drugs, alcohol, or even media fantasy. Okay, now we're talking. Subtle and imperceptible rays may confuse individuals who have not yet reached a sufficiently high enough level of evolution to receive these spiritual and I can't get it to continue from there. But yes, he is deceptive. This includes deception, trickery, deceit, guilt, and oh yeah, these are all of those words are affiliated with Zupu.org. He's being deceptive and tricky and deceitful, and he knows daggone well that Dwight David York, I keep messing his name up, did not write the books, the Bible interpretations 1 or 2, excuse that traffic out there, or the 9 book counts 1 through 4. So Nepertu popped up. She's in the building. Thanks for showing that, Nepertu, to cap off my reading. But I'm going to flip it now and see what cards are at the bottom. Okay, that's one of the cards there. I'll show it to you on the screen. This is in the reverse, this is upright, and this is the other card on the bottom. I'll just pick the bottom cards. This card here is the Zubahu and Zubaha card. That's a bottom half card. We're going to see what's going on here in a minute. I'm going to read that. This one was upright. This is the Leviathan card. And Zupu.org always talks about Leviathan. He asks his listening audience on YouTube to fight Leviathan. It is so funny. Like, dude, you cannot fight Leviathan. Stop lying to your audience. It does not make sense. Okay, I'm going to read that one. And the last card, this one is in reverse. It's the Kinu and Kinar card in the reverse. So let's see what this one is about. Just thought I'd add a little extra. Let's see what it do. Zubahu and Zubaha card. The brain nuke gods and nerves goddess primates. Let me start this over. The brain nuke gods and nerves goddess of primates, mammals, reptiles, etc. of non-African races called mankind. These powers do not reason in circles of these species. They think linear, in a line. This card is bound by the six senses: touch, taste, smell, see, hear, and think. Spiritually is interpreted as and seen through these straight line experiences. This card gives all the wrong answers to solve problems. In fact, it makes it worse. So he's not telling the truth on his YouTube. He's giving all the wrong answers, and he's making things worse for people that's coming along, that's trying to seek correct information. Oh, this is a beautiful card. And it's a bottom half card, the bottom half God card. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. He is not being truthful. That's what this says. He's not being truthful. I love it. Okay. He had the Leviathan card in the upright. This wasn't in reverse. So let me see what this says. And he's always talking about Leviathan. I'm getting a kick out of this. Controlling people and nations with sex, lies, death, represents the negative side of all the gods and goddesses combined. Part of the earth god Geb, the devil for mankind. The atmosphere, hypnotic spells and pantheism, religion and Sabiism. The zodiac, the animal kingdom. 654 and 3 ether forces. This is what he represents. He's deceitful. He's not an honest person. And he represents the negative side of all the gods. He does. He loves Tahuti. He's always talking about Tahuti. So, you know, that's not good. Leviathan controlling people and nations with sex, lies, and death. He lies. He thinks the master teacher is innocent of those sex crimes. And he's mentally dead. That's a form of death. He's mentally dead. So yeah, this is a beautiful card. Leviathan. This is Zupu.org always talks about this. He wants his followers, listeners, or whatever he calls them, to fight Leviathan. It's so funny. You can't fight Leviathan. He's in the atmosphere. Leviathan's in the atmosphere. Leviathan is everywhere, controlling people, places, and things. I would like to see you fight it. I really would. I'm getting a kick out of this, y'all. Yes, I am. Okay, this one is Kino and Kina in reverse. Ooh, 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 ooh. Kino and Kina in reverse. Okay, let's get it. The brain gods and goddesses are responsible for all kidneys and bladders of the African race and ancient ancestors. Another movement card that takes waste from your life and provides nutrients mentally, spiritually, and physically. The powers of this card are to filter, store, and remove. In the reverse, it means blockage and infection in every sense of the word. Yes, he is blocking individuals from getting correct information. He is a waste. He needs to be eliminated. Remember, this card came up, the Universe Bladder card. This is a release card, removes waste. This also is a waste card. He's wasteful. He's wasting his time, but he does not care. He pretends that he cares. He pretends that he's a kind, loving person and compassionate, but he's not, because he's being untruthful and deceptive. He is no help to anyone. As we remember, this card came out. He's not a problem solver. He's not a help to anyone. Okay? This was also the card that came out. He's one-sided. If you go against anything that he says, you're a problem. He's one-sided. He treats me so bad when I go onto his channel to make a comment. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not calling him out of his name. I'm bringing some truth over there when it comes to Afroo Oonoo and Dwight David York. I'm trying to, show the differences and show that he's not being truthful, but he tries to make me be a problem. Anyway, that's going to be bad for him. And Nepertu is here, and this was trickery and deceit and lies and everything that comes with the Leviathan card. Where you at, Leviathan? These go hand in hand in the negative. That's Nepertu in the negative. Deceitful, tricky, lying, got you all delusional and thinking that things are right and exact when they're absolutely wrong. Where's the card that said that everything is wrong when you get this card? Was it this one? Yes. This card gives all the wrong answers to solve problems. All the wrong answers to solving problems. He has no answers. And he doesn't even answer questions. Okay? So yes, Zupu.org is lying to his listening audience on YouTube. He's not being truthful. And this was a very good read. I enjoyed it. And I will be putting out a couple of videos on him and the falsehoods, and I'm going to show how he is being very deceptive and does not know what he's talking about. Yep, that's my next project. And true peace. My name is Marsha Tapu Unawanet Nupu, and you can visit fine9news.com to get the nature books, to get our tarot cards, to just look in and see what's going on our page. Thank you for watching. True peace.
The master teacher of this day and time had reincarnated for the sole purpose of re-educating us as the reformer to restore our original way of life, Wunawap, also known as Wu Sabat. And that is what today's discussion is all about.
Because one of the things he was talking about is he wants to make the student a part of the learning process, right? And so he kind of puts things out there almost in a vague way at times, a direct way, then a vague way. In a direct way, he kind of, he does a lot of flip-flopping, and that's why he gets accused of these things, because of how his teaching style. Yeah, his teaching style is it's complex. It's complex. It's what creates, I think it's what creates, for a large part, a lot of the slanders. Because they're having a hard time comprehending what this guy's purpose is and what his message is. They thought they did, and then it's like, oh, okay, I thought he was about this, but he's not.
The highest mind power and the positive is sound right reason, who is also called non-reason and Nupu. And Nupu is the true source of the Ethiopian race, nobility and the positive. The Ethiopian race has a negative side and a positive side. The negative side has been in control for quite some time, but it is now time for the positive side to control. In Nupu and Noon, the positive powers and positive science of the Ethiopian race bring out the best in not only the Ethiopian race but all peoples.